for a very specific thing. So if anyone listens to this and says, "Oh, this is all just kind of general fluff type of stuff," it isn't really fluff, but younger people might think it is. A specific thing I'd say focus on early on. Know your audience.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in a lot of meetings where some engineer is presenting something who's an expert in that thing, but he's presenting some risk on some project to managers, right? And he's, you see a bunch of times where somebody is getting so far in the weeds, right? And, it's not the place. It's hard sometimes to stop the meeting, and you don't want to cut somebody off. And now you're worried about kind of making them feel bad and getting them thrown off their game. But like, ask yourself, like, if you're presenting, right? And it's good if you get the opportunity early in your career to present and get that experience, right? To present in front of groups and other managers and stuff. But just ask yourself, like, who is this audience? What do they want? I've seen so many times where you're technical, you appreciate the technical details, you know the details. It kind of makes you feel good to show that I know the details. But it's like, hey, this manager, like this meeting he's having with you about this risk on this your one project, it might be 80% of your focus of the next 3 months is this project. It could be 1/10 of 1% of his focus of this whole month.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like short and sweet. Is there risk? How big is it? What are we doing to mitigate it? Right. And I've seen so many meetings where an engineer will open up, like start going through like parameters in the software. And you're like, man, this guy doesn't even know, most likely the manager you're presenting to doesn't know how to write a line of code to save his life. Maybe he doesn't need that. Like, so knowing what level of detail to go into, the person I'm delivering this information to, what are they looking for? Just give them that. Because a lot of times if you're dealing with people higher than you, it isn't like, you might think you're impressing yourself or other people, but you're actually wasting somebody else's time, giving them information they don't need and they don't want.
Right.
So I think that's a much more tangible thing is know your audience. If you're presenting to a technical SME group and you're trying to get through a thing, go into the detail. If you don't, know who you're presenting to and what's the goal, what's the outcome, and cater your communication towards that. Is like, if you can master that or get really good at that just in your first 2, 3, 4 years, then that'll compound as you go up, right? It gets more and more important as you go up, but then you're already used to that mindset. You don't have to make this a big adjustment when you get into a management position or something else.